Thank you so much for having me. I'm Deirdre Murphy. I'm delighted to be here. So I'll share with you a couple of original songs, and then you can ask any questions that you would like. This one's called Hands Down.
Great. Thanks very much.
I'm nervous now.
It's all right.
Yeah. So this song I had some plans, and I wrote it a few months ago, and then I was absolutely planning to do it for tonight, and I'm still doing it. You're about to hear it. How mysterious is that, everyone? Okay. The people I spark with will probably spark with one another. This is, well, it's the natural order. It's just the way that things are. And there's nothing threatening about this. I mean, why should I imagine myself being threatened in this situation? The more joy for everyone, says I. The greater the electricity in the room, the more likely it is that something will spark. The more likely it is that something will spark. And what does it look like when it sparks? What does it look like when it all kicks off? Well, my darlings, it looks like a riot! Well, my darlings, it looks like a riot! Just getting a kebab and then back to the riot. I'll just get a quick cuppa and then back to the riot. 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 And then after the riot is quelled, where might we be waking up? Well, I think we might be in hell. So there's got to be some next step for after the riot. Because after the riot, after the riot, after the riot, after the riot, what's next? I go about building in my daily life while trying to buy out of the things that cause my soul strife, like Johnson & Johnson and Tesla and Tesco and Nestle, Monsanto and Aramore. They're not my besties, but maybe Etsy. Like Shannon VP and the crew. They're disgusting, and what should we do? I guess we might as well just throw up our hands and keep working to make a much, much better land. Because it is on us. The onus 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 is on us. So let's make up the next step. Make it strong, or let's just keep stringing ourselves all along. In case we don't catch the point where it all went wrong, then after the riot, after the riot, after the riot, after the riot, we'll have this song. Now let's perform a post-mortem on the riot. Let's figure out what went right, and then let's figure out what went wrong, and then let's have a good think about the very next riot. And what would we do if we'd done it right all along? 'Cause after the riot, after the riot, after the riot, after the riot, what comes next? Well, there's always the option of leaving. Who can afford to stay here? And there's always the option of what to turn, the other cheek or the other ear. To tune into a different frequency, put your ear to the ground, open the eyes up to see. And after the riot, after the riot, after the riot, after the riot, will we be free? Now, what is free? Do you feel free? Now, Frank was saying just earlier today that they'd bombed out the buildings where we'd made today's foray. In a step up from guerrilla warfare, one side declared a front, drew a line in the sand, made a stand, the end was blunt, and several lives were lost from our side. And we thought, it was a long time ago, nobody I know died. And they got that building though. It's been refurbished. Now there is a strength in avoiding the riot. If it's really gonna happen, well, there's no keeping quiet. A vision we can undergo, a picture here to juxtapose as we are telling it so. Let's get past the collapse. A riot, a bugbear, a call to move beyond despair. The time is on to carry on, the will is here and the body's strong. Now's the time to take a chance, to call upon a brave ascent and fix it, 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 and fix it. Let's figure it out. 'Cause after the riot, after the riot, after the riot, after the riot, what's next?
Thanks so much.
I've never had anybody bark at me before.
Yeah.
She didn't like the riot.
Yeah. Is there time to do one more quick little 2-minute?
I think people have time, do they?
Yeah.
Is there any questions about that song, or anybody you want to ask?
Did you compose a song so recently?
I composed it about like 4 or 5 months ago. Yeah. So this is a song that I didn't write myself. Actually, my friend Nathan McDonald wrote it. But I think it's really apropos for the moment and the time and the place we're in. I think it's very interesting because it kind of straddles the line between apathy and this like kind of bombardment of the senses, this numbness, and that I'm sure we've all experienced to some degree, and then love. And then the song chooses to love by choosing to fight. And like as long as you can have that thing to fight for, and I think to have love as your motivation. Like if you have got love as the motivation for all of the shit that's going on, and like all the things and the resistance, then it feels like an endless wellspring of possibility. And I think the odds for burnout go way down. So if we can just remember that our compassion is fueling our rage.
I have a question concerning the first song you sang. And I think I'm not sure if it was staged, but while you were singing, it came to me like I'm somewhere in nature, and behind you there was this picture. It really felt like you were a fairy, like singing that song and dancing. So I don't know if it was the breathworks, but just saying.
Everything I do is calculated.
I'm wondering about the meaning of the first song. What was that all about? I couldn't really figure it out fully.
I might sing the song and then I'll answer your question if that's all right. Yeah, for my trajectory. Yeah. So the song. Swing, swing, swing out of me. I am your arms, your legs, your feet. Upon my lap you'll take your seat. When will I love you again? Bring, bring, bring me a child, one I may teach to live, to smile, soon to be sullen, the world its trial. When will I love life again? These little toys are marching young boys, these little girls unfold, unfurled. Children are flowers and sand, they will inherit this land. On history they are forced to stand, I will fight for them. Oh, when will I love life again? Think, think, think of a game, forced to play, become insane. Children done wrong are left to blame. When will I love mine again? Link, link, link up your arms. You will defend your friends from harm. Death will reap without alarm. When will I love life again? These little toys are marching young boys, these little girls unfold, unfurled. Children are flowers and sand, they will inherit this land. On history they are forced to stand, I will fight for them. Oh, when will I love life again? Swing, swing, swing out of me. I am your arms, your legs, your feet. Upon my lap you'll take your seat. When will I love life again? Oh, when will I love again?
Is that your own?
No, that's my friend Nathan McDonald who wrote that. He woke up at the age of 23 and wrote it down.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Now he's like 29.
Beautiful.
I love the dancing. I love when you were dancing and singing. That was fantastic. Because most of the singers don't dance. Most of the dancers don't sing.
You're in a niche. You found your niche.
And you have the perfect space, yes.
It's a good space.
Yeah. Where can people find you? Do you want to listen to more of your little music or watch your little dancing?
You could find me. You could find me on Bandcamp or on Spotify. I released an album to Bandcamp, which I have a couple of CDs in last year, and now I'm bringing it into broader distribution on Spotify, etc. in February on St. Bridget's Day. That's my plan.
Great.
Yeah. And what was your question?
So about the first song, what was really the background behind it?
I feel like,
Literally the background.
I feel like it is a bit like it crawled up out of the ocean. I guess it's just about, it's about solidity, or finding like solidity in the body and in nature, and just working those things. I guess like working the love in your life and like leaning into it hard, and leaning into like the love that you get in nature hard, and for me it's also a hard physical practice, frankly, because I like that. And then it's also then it's got its own delicacy as well. Like one of my kids said to me that that would be the happiest song in the world if it wasn't in a minor key. Because the lyrics are quite lovely, but then there's like this edge of melancholy, I think, as well.
Where's there the inspiration come from with between the movement and the type of music that you sing?
That's a great question. I've been a dancer my whole life.
You have been?
Yeah, since I was 3, and I've been performing since I was 3 as well. And then I started getting into circus and so like acrobatics, partner acrobatics, this kind of thing. And I wrote a whole circus musical, in fact, Capitalism, the musical. And then I've kind of moved away from dancing for a while to switch to music, essentially, kind of right before the pandemic. And now in the last like 5 or 6 months, I'm kind of figuring out how to integrate movement back into the set. So I've never stopped moving, I just stopped like choreographing. Yeah. And I'm finding it really satisfying. I'm really happy to be playing on that field.
We're getting the Sinead O'Connell vibes.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Especially that second song.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Absolutely right.
Do you always sing alone, or you sometimes sing with other people together? Like.
I do sing with other people. I sing a lot alone. I sing a lot alone in my living room. But I just started a band with my friend Cara Coyle called
I know Cara,
yeah, she's amazing. Called Starling. We're not even on Instagram yet, but we'll be there soon. And I do as well. Like I work with other musicians on my own music as well. But lately, again, like the last few months, it's been a solo set that I've been working with. But it's really lovely to work with backing vocals, especially. And and other fantastic instruments.
And how did you start with dance? Like you said, you were very young.
Yeah, well, my mom was a dancer. My mom taught dance, and my dad did a lot of theatre, and they both did a lot of theatre. In Alaska, I'm from Alaska, and so I grew up very, very rural, and so I was always there. I was always present.
So in Alaska, like when she was a dancer, how did it work?
There was a dance studio about 30 miles away from where I grew up, and so there was 3 teachers, and they put on loads of shows. So I was always like, as a kid, I've been performing a lot. But also, my parents would always be like, "Time to go to rehearsal. Off we go," And so that was the norm.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
I have an older sister who's a writer. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually don't have a gig. Well, I think February 1st, but I'm looking for the venue to be confirmed.
Because I only came here because Deirdre told me.
I would be really happy to take your email and add you to my mailing list if you're interested. I've got paper, probably, and a pen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Well, it'll be room just to chat maybe in past details. I think with that we'll just bring the meeting point to an end. I want to thank everybody for coming. I know we've ran a little bit over time, but I hope there was lots of value and there was an evening well spent. Thanks very much for coming.
Thank you.